It is an honor to stand before you today to talk about something that touches the very core of our existence: happiness. We all strive for it, chase it, and often wonder how to find it. Today, I want to share with you a perspective that happiness doesn't just appear out of thin air. It comes from progress. Happiness is often seen as a destination, a place we hope to reach once we've attained the things we want in life. However, this view limits our understanding of happiness. True happiness, I believe, is not something that we wait for or attain once we have everything we desire. Rather, it is deeply rooted in growth. It is the feeling that arises when we make progress, no matter how small, in our personal, professional, or emotional lives. Progress, in this sense, is what gives us purpose and fulfillment. When we consider happiness in the context of growth, we begin to understand that it is not static. It is a dynamic state of being that is constantly evolving as we evolve. This is why people often find that their happiness is tied to their development. Whether it is learning a new skill, expanding your knowledge, improving your physical health, or cultivating deeper relationships, happiness grows out of the sense of progress you feel while undertaking these endeavors. It is the act of improving oneself that sparks joy, because improvement brings a sense of accomplishment and confidence. When we progress, we feel a sense of forward momentum in life. It's as if we are moving closer to becoming the person we aspire to be. That feeling of growth gives us a sense of direction, making life feel purposeful and meaningful. Think of a time when you've worked hard to accomplish something, a personal goal, a career milestone, or even something as simple as learning how to cook a new recipe. In those moments, happiness is not derived from the outcome alone, but from the entire process of striving, learning, and growing. Growth brings an emotional satisfaction that cannot be replicated by external possessions or fleeting achievements. The sense of growth is internal. It's a shift in how we see ourselves. In those moments of progress, we realize that we are capable of more than we thought. It encourages self-belief, the kind that fuels further growth and exploration. When we experience personal growth, we begin to see challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles. This shift in mindset is what allows us to approach life with a sense of positivity and hope, even when things don't go as planned. Moreover, growth is something that is unique to each individual. It is not measured against others, nor is it dictated by society's expectations. Happiness rooted in growth allows us to define success on our own terms. We all have different values, passions, and aspirations, and the progress we make in the direction of those values gives us a deep sense of satisfaction. A person working towards becoming a better parent might find happiness in their growth as a caregiver. Similarly, someone who's passionate about environmental sustainability might experience joy through their contributions to that cause, regardless of how big or small the impact is. This is what sustains happiness long term. The act of growth becomes a habit, one that continuously nurtures and fuels our sense of joy. In short, happiness isn't something that is simply given to us or found in a particular moment. It is the natural byproduct of progress. It comes from growing as individuals, from striving to become the best versions of ourselves. By embracing growth in all its forms, intellectual, emotional, physical, we find that happiness is not an endpoint, but a continuous journey that is defined by the progress we make along the way. The journey of life is often thought of as a series of destinations. We're taught that happiness is something we should aim for and eventually attain when we achieve certain milestones or goals. However, a more profound understanding of happiness suggests that it is not so much about reaching a final destination, but rather about the process, the journey itself. It is in the journey that we find the essence of happiness, not in the arrival at some predetermined end. For instance, say you eat the wrong food. When we focus solely on the destination, we run the risk of missing out on the small yet significant moments that occur along the way. Think about a person who sets a goal to run a marathon. While the accomplishment of crossing the finish line will undoubtedly bring a sense of joy, it is the process of training, pushing through physical and mental boundaries, and seeing incremental improvements that often holds the most profound happiness. Each day of training brings a new challenge, a small victory, and a step forward. Those moments, rather than the marathon itself, are where happiness resides. The sense of achievement comes from overcoming obstacles, refining techniques, and continuously improving. which are all part of the journey, not just the race's end. This idea extends beyond physical goals. In relationships, the act of building a connection and experiencing shared growth with someone brings happiness, often more so than simply reaching the point of commitment or marriage. The early stages of getting to know someone, the discoveries, the challenges, and the compromises all contribute to the foundation of the relationship. Happiness doesn't simply appear when you say, I do. It grows during the journey of learning about each other, deepening your bond, and navigating life together. Similarly, in our careers, if we focus too much on the idea of reaching a certain position or salary, we may overlook the enjoyment that comes with the learning process and the steps we take toward self-improvement. Every new project we undertake, every skill we acquire, and every collaboration we engage in adds value to our journey. If our happiness is tied only to the end result, we may feel a sense of emptiness even after achieving our career goals, because the true joy lies in the pursuit itself. Success is not a single moment, but the culmination of every effort and every lesson learned along the way. The journey, in essence, is what shapes us as individuals. It is through our experiences, both the challenges and the triumphs, that we grow, learn, and evolve. Happiness is found in the act of becoming, in the transformation that happens as we continue to move forward. The pursuit of personal growth is itself an immensely fulfilling endeavor. As we make progress, even in the smallest ways, we discover new strengths, develop new perspectives, and build resilience. This continuous process of change and development, rather than a singular achievement, is what sustains a lasting sense of happiness. Furthermore, the journey is where we encounter the moments that matter most. These are the small, seemingly inconspicuous experiences that, when pieced together, form the mosaic of our lives. A shared laugh with a friend, a quiet evening of reflection, or the satisfaction of completing a challenging task all contribute to the broader journey. Happiness doesn't always come from grand milestones. It often springs from these everyday moments that we sometimes overlook. By embracing the journey, we also learn to value the present moment. If we are constantly focused on the end goal, we are always looking toward the future, neglecting the beauty and significance of what is happening right now. Happiness, therefore, becomes a practice in mindfulness and presence. By recognizing that the journey is where life truly unfolds, we free ourselves from the pressure of having to reach a certain point in life and can appreciate the small victories and progress that lead us there. The journey is also what makes happiness sustainable. If happiness were purely about achieving certain outcomes, it would be fleeting. After achieving one goal, we would move on to the next, always chasing after the next milestone. But when we find happiness in the journey, it becomes a lifelong source of fulfillment. The journey is never over. We continue to grow, continue to learn, and continue to find joy in the process itself. In conclusion, happiness is not simply found at the destination, but in the journey itself. It is the ongoing experience of growth, learning, and striving that brings us lasting fulfillment. When we shift our focus from the end goal to the process, we begin to appreciate the richness of life and the countless opportunities for happiness that exist in every step along the way. And often in life, we find ourselves setting big goals, dreams that seem far out of reach, milestones that feel impossible to attain. While ambitious goals are important, it's essential to understand that true happiness doesn't always come from these large monumental achievements. Instead, happiness often emerges from the small everyday steps we take towards improvement. Each little step we make in the right direction creates momentum and brings us closer to the person we want to become. In fact, it's the small steps that ultimately lead to the big change and provide a sense of progress that fuels our happiness. Taking small steps allows us to make gradual progress while avoiding the overwhelming pressure of tackling something all at once. Think about trying to adopt a new habit, such as exercising more or eating healthier. If we focus only on the idea of running a marathon or achieving a perfect diet from the very start, it's easy to become discouraged. But when we break that goal into smaller, manageable action, such as walking for 30 minutes a day or replacing one unhealthy snack with a healthier alternative, those small steps build up over time and create lasting change. Each small step is a victory in itself, and it's in these small victories that happiness lies. These moments provide a sense of accomplishment and reinforce our belief that we are capable of creating positive change in our lives. The power of small steps lies in their ability to accumulate over time. Progress isn't always immediately visible, but when we consistently make small changes, the results become undeniable. Just as a few minutes of exercise a day adds up to significant fitness gains over time, little moments of productivity or improvement in any area of life compound into meaningful achievements. It's easy to overlook the significance of these small steps, but they are the building blocks of long-term success and fulfillment. Without them, even the grandest goals would be difficult to reach. One of the reasons small steps lead to happiness is that they are achievable and realistic. Often when we set big, long-term goals, we might feel intimidated by their scale, leading to procrastination or feelings of inadequacy. On the other hand, small steps feel more accessible, allowing us to take action and make progress. This sense of accomplishment, even in the smallest of tasks, boosts our confidence and motivates us to keep going. It's not about moving from point A to point Z overnight, but about embracing the journey and celebrating the progress made along the way. Each small achievement provides positive reinforcement, proving to ourselves that we are capable of taking control of our lives and shaping our future. Additionally, small steps help us stay connected to the process rather than being solely focused on the end result. When we focus on a large goal, it can feel distant and abstract, and the process of working toward it might seem tedious or discouraging. However, when we break that goal down into smaller, tangible actions, we become more present in the moment. We start to enjoy the process rather than just looking toward the outcome. The simple act of taking a walk, of cooking a healthy meal, or of reading a chapter in a book can provide satisfaction because these actions are linked to our broader objectives. It's about enjoying the journey, not just the destination. This shift in perspective allows us to experience happiness in the present, rather than waiting for a far-off moment of success to bring us joy. Another aspect of small steps is that they foster consistency. Success is not often the result of one grand gesture, but of consistent, focused effort over time. Small steps encourage us to develop habits that support our long-term goals, helping us create routines that integrate progress into our daily lives. Whether it's writing for 10 minutes a day, practicing a new language every evening, or taking a few moments each day to meditate, these habits become part of who we are. And as we continue to take these small actions, they eventually lead to significant transformation. It's consistency rather than intensity that builds momentum and propels us forward, day by day, step by step. Perhaps most importantly, small steps allow us to cultivate a mindset of patience and persistence. In a world that often prizes instant results, taking small steps teaches us the value of gradual, steady progress. Rather than expecting overnight success or dramatic change, we learn to appreciate the value of the long-term journey. This mindset reduces the pressure we place on ourselves and helps us embrace setbacks as part of the learning process. We come to understand that each small step, whether forward or backward, is part of the larger picture, and that it's okay to take things one step at a time. In conclusion, happiness isn't always about achieving big, lofty goals. It's found in the small steps we take each day. These small steps may not seem significant in isolation, but they are the foundation of long-term growth and success. They give us the sense of progress, achievement, and satisfaction that fuels our happiness. By focusing on these small actions, we can build momentum, develop positive habits, and find joy in the process of becoming. Small steps not only bring us closer to our ultimate goals, but also shape our lives into something meaningful and fulfilling, day by day. In the pursuit of happiness, it's important to recognize that perfection is not a prerequisite. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that true happiness comes only after achieving perfection, whether it's perfect health, the ideal job, flawless relationships, or the perfect version of ourselves. This mindset can be limiting and often leads to frustration and feelings of inadequacy. The truth, however, is that happiness doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. The beauty of happiness lies in the journey of striving to improve, not in achieving an unattainable ideal. One of the biggest obstacles people face in the pursuit of happiness is the belief that they must be perfect in order to be worthy of joy. This often results in a constant cycle of striving for unattainable goals, only to be met with disappointment when things don't go as planned. Perfection is an illusion. No one can achieve perfection in every aspect of life, and trying to do so only sets us up for failure. We need to shift our focus from trying to be perfect to embracing the progress we make, regardless of how small or imperfect it may seem. Take the example of someone trying to lose weight or adopt a healthier lifestyle. If the person expects to achieve perfect results, losing a set amount of weight by a specific deadline, sticking to a strict diet without any deviations, they may feel discouraged after encountering setbacks, such as indulging in a treat or missing a workout. These imperfections can lead to feelings of failure, causing the person to give up on their goal entirely. But happiness in this case doesn't come from achieving a perfect body or adhering strictly to a plan. Happiness comes from acknowledging that progress, no matter how incremental, is an achievement. The fact that someone is making the effort to take care of themselves and move towards a healthier lifestyle is worth celebrating, regardless of whether they are able to perfectly follow every step. Similarly, in relationships, we often place unrealistic expectations on ourselves and others, expecting flawless communication, understanding, and behavior. We expect our relationships to be free of conflict, and when disagreements or misunderstandings arise, we may feel discouraged or disillusioned. However, the happiness that comes from relationships isn't about achieving perfection in how we interact with others. It's about progress. Relationships are a journey of learning, growing, and evolving together. Happiness comes from the effort to understand one another better, from the small acts of kindness, from working through challenges and growing stronger in the process. Imperfections and disagreements are part of the learning experience in relationships, and they contribute to the growth and depth that make those connections meaningful. In our careers too, the pursuit of perfection can hinder our happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others in the workplace, striving to match or exceed their accomplishments. We may feel that we need to work tirelessly, overachieve, and have the perfect work-life balance. But no one's career journey is flawless. Everyone experiences setbacks, mistakes, and learning moments. Happiness in a career doesn't come from being the best at everything or having a perfectly smooth path. It comes from the progress we make and the effort we put in. Each new skill learned, each project completed, each milestone reached is a step forward. And these steps, while not perfect, are meaningful and contribute to our sense of fulfillment. Moreover, when we focus on progress instead of perfection, we become more compassionate toward ourselves. We begin to understand that making mistakes and encountering setbacks is a natural part of life. Instead of beating ourselves up for not being perfect, we can embrace our imperfections as opportunities for growth. Progress allows us to be kinder to ourselves, recognizing that we are doing the best we can with the circumstances and resources available to us. By letting go of the pressure to be perfect, we free ourselves from the constant stress and anxiety that perfectionism often brings. Another benefit of shifting our focus from perfection to progress is that it makes happiness more attainable. If we are constantly chasing an idealized version of success, we may find ourselves perpetually dissatisfied. But when we focus on progress, we give ourselves credit for every effort, every step forward, and every lesson learned. This shift in mindset opens up the possibility of happiness in every stage of the process, rather than waiting for some distant point of perfection. It allows us to appreciate where we are and what we have accomplished, rather than constantly focusing on where we think we should be. In conclusion, happiness doesn't require perfection. It requires progress. The pursuit of perfection often leads to frustration and dissatisfaction, while the pursuit of progress brings fulfillment, growth, and joy. By letting go of unrealistic expectations and embracing the journey of improvement, we open ourselves to a deeper, more sustainable happiness. Perfection is an illusion, but progress is real, and it is in the ongoing process of growth that we find lasting fulfillment and contentment. So rather than striving for perfection, let us strive for progress. And in doing so, we will discover that happiness was always within our reach. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. No matter how well we plan or how determined we are, obstacles and setbacks will always arise, often at the most inconvenient times. But rather than viewing these challenges as roadblocks that prevent us from achieving happiness, we can reframe them as opportunities for growth. In fact, overcoming challenges plays a crucial role in our journey toward lasting happiness. It is through adversity that we learn resilience, strength, and perseverance, qualities that contribute significantly to our well-being. When we face difficult situations, whether personal, professional, or emotional, it can be easy to feel defeated or hopeless. The natural response to hardship is often frustration or despair, especially when things don't seem to be going our way. However, it's important to remember that challenges are not inherently negative. They are the catalyst for growth. When we are confronted with a challenge, we are presented with the opportunity to test our limits, expand our capabilities, and adapt in ways we might not have considered before. It is through these experiences that we often discover strengths we didn't know we had. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after facing difficulties, and it is a crucial trait that is developed through challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and resilience is what helps us navigate those fluctuations. Every time we encounter a setback and choose to keep going, we build our capacity to handle future obstacles. Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge, whether it was a difficult project at work, a personal struggle, or an unexpected setback. At the time, it may have seemed insurmountable, but once you pushed through it, you likely realized that you were stronger and more capable than you had thought. The sense of accomplishment that comes from overcoming a challenge boosts our confidence and reinforces the belief that we can handle whatever comes our way in the future. Moreover, challenges often push us out of our comfort zones. While comfort zones provide security, they also limit growth. To progress in any area of life, we must step outside of the familiar and take risks. Challenges force us to confront new situations and develop new skills, whether that involves learning how to solve a complex problem, improving our communication abilities, or managing our time more effectively. Every time we overcome a challenge, we expand our range of capabilities and become more adaptable to change. This adaptability is a valuable asset, as life is unpredictable and requires us to adjust and evolve in response to shifting circumstances. Another important aspect of overcoming challenges is the sense of fulfillment that comes with it. When we navigate adversity, we gain a deeper appreciation for our achievements, no matter how big or small. The sense of pride and satisfaction we feel after overcoming a challenge is different from the fleeting joy of easy success. The more difficult the journey, the more rewarding the outcome. This sense of accomplishment is what makes overcoming challenges so deeply fulfilling. It's the knowledge that we've faced something difficult, persisted through it, and emerged stronger on the other side that brings lasting happiness. In this way, challenges contribute to our overall sense of purpose, as they remind us of our ability to grow and transform. In addition to fostering personal growth, challenges also allow us to build meaningful connections with others. When we go through tough times, we often lean on those around us for support, whether it's family, friends, or colleagues. The act of sharing our struggles and receiving encouragement can deepen our relationships. These connections are often strengthened through adversity, as they create bonds built on mutual support, understanding, and empathy. Moreover, when we help others navigate their own challenges, we also gain a sense of fulfillment. This sense of shared experience and connection is an important aspect of happiness, as it reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that we are part of something larger than ourselves. While challenges can certainly be difficult, they are also an inevitable and necessary part of life. They teach us valuable lessons about ourselves, about others, and about the world around us. By embracing challenges rather than resisting them, we open ourselves up to growth, resilience, and deeper connections with others. Challenges help us build the inner strength needed to face future difficulties with confidence, knowing that we have the tools and mindset to overcome them. In this sense, challenges are not obstacles to happiness, but rather opportunities to cultivate a more meaningful, fulfilling life. In conclusion, challenges are not to be feared or avoided. They are an integral part of our journey toward happiness. By embracing the challenges that come our way and using them as opportunities for growth, we can develop resilience, discover our true capabilities, and deepen our relationships with others. It is through overcoming adversity that we truly learn what we are capable of and find a deeper sense of fulfillment in life. So instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, let's view them as stepping stones on the path to greater happiness. One of the most powerful sources of happiness comes from the sense of fulfillment we derive from helping others. It's a fundamental aspect of human nature to find joy in making a positive impact on those around us, whether through acts of kindness, lending a hand in times of need, or contributing to a cause we care about. This deep sense of fulfillment is not just a byproduct of our actions, it can actually increase our own happiness and well-being in significant ways. Helping others gives us a sense of purpose and meaning. When we engage in selfless acts of kindness, we move beyond the concerns of our own lives and take on the perspective of those we're helping. This shift in focus can be incredibly powerful, as it often reminds us of the broader context of our lives and the impact we can have on the world. Whether it's offering emotional support to a friend, volunteering at a local shelter, or simply helping a colleague with a task, these actions foster a deep connection to others and reinforce the idea that we can contribute to something greater than ourselves. This sense of purpose is one of the most significant contributors to lasting happiness, as it instills a sense of meaning in our day-to-day lives. Additionally, helping others strengthens our sense of community and belonging. When we engage in acts of kindness, we not only assist those in need, but we also build stronger bonds with the people around us. It fosters an environment of trust and reciprocity where individuals are more likely to help each other and work together for the common good. Being part of a community, whether it's a family, a group of friends, or a larger social network, is essential for our well-being. It creates a sense of connection, reduces feelings of isolation, and provides emotional support when needed. By helping others, we play an active role in creating a network of support that benefits both ourselves and the people we care about. Furthermore, helping others has been shown to have positive effects on our mental and physical health. Numerous studies have demonstrated that people who engage in acts of kindness experience lower levels of stress, increased happiness, and even better cardiovascular health. The act of helping others releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which promote a sense of well-being and reduce anxiety. This biological response creates a positive feedback loop, where the more we help, the better we feel, and the more motivated we are to continue helping. In this way, helping others doesn't just benefit them, it also directly enhances our own mental and physical health, making it a win-win situation. One of the most important aspects of helping others is that it fosters a sense of gratitude. When we take the time to assist those in need, we often gain a deeper appreciation for our own lives and circumstances. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our happiness. It's easy to take things for granted, but when we recognize how much we can offer to others, we begin to appreciate the things we might have overlooked in our own lives. This gratitude, in turn, promotes positive thinking and a more optimistic outlook on life, contributing to an overall sense of well-being. Moreover, the joy we derive from helping others is often contagious. When we make a positive impact on someone's life, it can inspire them to pay it forward, creating a ripple effect of kindness and compassion. This not only benefits the individuals involved, but it also strengthens the fabric of society as a whole. Small acts of kindness can snowball, leading to a culture of generosity and support that ultimately benefits everyone. The more we help, the more we create a world where others are encouraged to do the same, amplifying the positive effects of our actions. In conclusion, the happiness that comes from helping others is not just about the good we do for others. It is about the profound effect that helping others has on our own sense of well-being. By contributing to the happiness and well-being of those around us, we create a sense of purpose, build stronger communities, improve our own health, and cultivate gratitude. The fulfillment that comes from helping others is one of the most powerful sources of lasting happiness. So by continuing to extend kindness, support, and generosity to those around us, we not only uplift others, but we also uplift ourselves.